It's Mr. Heeley here. I'm here this week to talk to you about something really important about mental well-being and why does it matter? Well, now, why is kindness important? Well, it allows us to build relationships with others. Now, human beings are social animals, so this relationship that we share with other people is really important. That said, kindness is not just about other people. Being kind to yourself is also important. Now, evidence suggests that there are 5 steps that you can take to improve your mental health and well-being. Trying some of these things might help you feel more positive and able to get the most out of life. So we're going to look at giving, being active, keeping learning, connecting, and taking notice. So first of all, giving. Now, research suggests that acts of giving and kindness can help improve your mental well-being because it creates positive feelings and a sense of reward, a feeling of purpose and self-worth, and helps you connect with other people. Now, if you've seen the series Friends, in that there's a really good example where Phoebe and Joey are having an argument as to whether you can commit a truly selfless act. Now, Phoebe thinks that you can, and to prove this, she decides to give away some money to charity, even though that doesn't benefit her. However, she sees that it makes her feel good for doing it. And that, for me, is key. Giving makes you feel good and it helps maintain your positive well-being. That said, giving doesn't have to be just to charity. It could be giving your time, talking to somebody, asking how they're feeling, thanking somebody for something they've done. So maybe thanking your parents for the meal. Something as simple as that can really benefit. Spending time with friends or relatives who need support. So giving up that time to talk to people who maybe you've lost contact with during lockdown. Being active. Now, last week Miss Hayes talked about why being active is important for your mental well-being, and I do agree. However, it's not necessarily doing a HIIT workout with Joe Wicks, for example. It can be something a bit less intense. So, for example, going for your daily walks. They really helped me during lockdown. I know I saw some of you as I was walking around, but they really benefited me to get out, to get the fresh air. And there is science that has linked getting the fresh air and the release of chemicals in your brain that really helps maintain your positive well-being. Keeping learning is important, not just in an educational sense like at school, but learning new skills actually improves your mental well-being. It gives you a sense of challenge, a sense of purpose, and it helps you connect with others. So you might think, I've not got any time, I don't need to learn anything, I know enough, or I'm too busy. There are lots of different ways that you can incorporate learning into your life. So it might be that you bake a new recipe. So this week I tried to make brownies and cookies together. Sort of worked, but I've learned from that and what to do next time. Doing a new sports activity. Could be a DIY project. It could be learning a new language. So that's why I put Duolingo on there. It could be something as simple as reading the news. Now, I know that quite a few of you will use social media, particularly recently with the Black Lives Matter movement. I've noticed an increase on my social media, different types of information relating, and I found it fascinating to learn about. It might be that you research about something you've always wondered about, so whether it's watching YouTube videos about it, whether it's finding TV programs to watch, maybe it's finding podcasts to listen to. Whatever works for you, all of these help build to maintaining your mental well-being. Connecting. Now, this is a little bit similar to giving, but here there is evidence that kind of suggests that feeling close to and valued by other people is a fundamental human need. So one that is absolutely necessary to us, and it contributes to functioning well in the world. Now, social relationships, so whether that's friendship, professional, within your family, whether it's romantic, they're all important, and they act as a buffer, so they help shield us and help maintain our mental well-being, no matter what our age. Now, how might this look? Maybe you instead of sending somebody a text, you go and see them if you can. Maybe you ask how somebody's weekend was when you're back at school. Actually listen to what they say. Take an interest in them. Put in 5 minutes aside just to check in with something. So maybe you've noticed that your friend isn't necessarily, maybe they're behaving a bit differently. You check up on them. Or maybe you take the time to speak to somebody face to face that you don't necessarily know as well at school, but you might want to get to know. You might be missing, you might have a lot in common. Okay, now noticing is a bit tricky to pin down. Noticing, you might have heard it called mindfulness, is being aware of what's taking place right now, right in your direct surroundings. So it might be when you're out on a walk, you take a moment, you stop, can you hear the birds singing, what can you see? Just to really focus on being there in the moment, not being distracted by other things. Heightened awareness of things actually enhances your self-understanding, and it allows you to make positive choices based on your own values and motivations. Essentially, it means that because you're more present, you are in a better place mentally. How might noticing look then? Well, taking time to enjoy the moment and environment around you. So maybe you get some plants for wherever you work or your bedroom. Having that responsibility to kind of know what the plant needs. Does it need more light? Does it need more water? Is really important. Clearing out the clutter, there's a lot to be said for that. Kind of making space for your physical things helps kind of you declutter your mind. And taking notice of how your friends and family may be feeling or acting, noticing other people, responding to them appropriately. All of these are really key. Now, that's more or less all I've got to say. These 5 ways, so giving, being active, keeping learning, connective, and taking notice, are key to maintaining a positive well-being. Sometimes you might do more of one and still do the other 4, but slightly less of. Finding that balance, roughly every day where possible, is key. Now, if you need further support, you've got the email address on there for support@ladylumleys.net. You've got parents and carers at home. You've got each other. And I want to draw your attention to Compass Buzz. Now, I've mentioned these before, but they work within North Yorkshire. They will work with the school where needed as a kind of anonymous texting service. So I do recommend those as well. That's all I've got to say. Thank you for listening. And I'm looking forward to celebrating my future career as a YouTuber. So, goodbye.